What's the
Right.
goal? What's the end game here? And if it's division, well, they've accomplished that.
So
Is it
what's
is it more?
next is what we
What's
should be
next?
thinking.
What's next?
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
We're a soulless nation. I'm not. We shouldn't be in the streets celebrating that this man has died. And if you've watched the video, which I have, he was not expecting to not be here. Okay, and when Smiz was telling me about it, and I watched it, I was like, yeah, because we were having is he here? Is he not here? Was critical condition? I was like, no, he was gone immediately. That was a direct shot, which also tells me when I saw the man that they arrested, the older man, I said, there ain't no way in hell Pop did that. There's no way. He can't even keep his pants up. Y'all dragging. He's like, shoot me, shoot me. I was like, he did not do this. That was a long range shot from someplace, from somebody that knew how to do that. That was like precision. And that person is still on the loose. By the way, according to the reports, they have not found the person. They have a picture of a person of interest. It looks like a child, a student wearing student-like clothes, a slim-built person, a male. I know that. That's what but I feel like I don't even trust this FBI. I feel like I can't trust the information that we're getting. But, apparently the shot was taken from 200 yards. That's 2 football fields. 200 yards away. You have to kind of know how to do this. So I'm thinking there's definite military training. If not, that person has been in the range with that kind of a weapon, that long period, right? This was a trained person. They were on a roof. According to the published report, they jumped off a roof. So I knew it wasn't Pop either. He didn't look like he could jump off anything. I was like, that man can't keep his pants up. He ain't jump off no roof and then blend in. So this was a kid that was able to blend in with the rest of the kids, take that shot. But then there's also, you see behind Charlie Kirk some hand signals, like some baseball hand signals with the cap and all of this, that if you're looking, you're like, what are the people behind him doing? And then after the hand signal, here comes the shot. I was like, what is going on? There's a lot here that we will probably never know because we don't have a media that we could trust, and we definitely don't have a government that we could trust. And they're using this as another wedge item, which I said yesterday would happen. They're going to put this man, make him a martyr, and then blame liberals. And that's going to be the rallying cry. And there's going to be a lot more people getting hurt because of it. Let me welcome, I see you wanting to double dutch in. He is a Morehouse grad. I love Morehouse. Several HBCUs are on lockdown because of the climate in this country. But he knows a lot of things. Drew McCaskill is here. Hi.
Hey, Karen. What's going on, Karen Rebels? It's good to see your face.
It's good to be seen. It's good to see. I see you on the TV sometimes, but yeah, it is good to see you right here with me today.
With the Urban View fam.
Yeah, at this time because you're very thoughtful and reasonable, and I'm at my wits end a little bit with how the media is handling this. And yes,
Yeah.
there should be definite. You should be definitely careful because a person lost their life. At the exact same time, your job is to tell the truth. This was not, a choir boy that was, hanging out, just minding his business. This was somebody who fomented hate. That was his platform. And if you can't say that, then what are we doing? Matthew Dowd lost his job, right? Because he basically said this was a kid that peddled in hate. And how's that insensitive? It's the truth.
Yeah. Listen, Karen, I feel like romanticizing this man and his history of hate and his history of suborning hatred and suborning lies and being anti-history, and the things that he said about the Civil Rights Act should have never been passed, the ways that he attacked Martin Luther King Jr. that him saying that women need to not be working, they need to be home serving their kids and their husbands. The things that he has said over and time again is one thing, but this is a man who also raised tens of millions of dollars that he funneled into anti DEI efforts, into anti transgender hate organizations. The money that this man raised and funneled into literally terror, I mean, political violence organizations, it cannot be forgotten here. I mean, it's dangerous and irresponsible for media to call this man a youth organizer. He ain't no Barack Obama. He ain't no Martin Luther King, right?
Correct.
Like, it is dangerous and irresponsible for
Yeah.
them not to say that this man was a racist. It's dangerous for them not to say that he was a January 6th apologist. It's dangerous for them not to say that he has peddled in this to millions and millions of highly influential young people, right? People who have not lived long enough or studied hard enough to be able to listen to what he's saying, not as if he's a journalist, and to be able to listen to what he's saying as somebody who just gets on the air and has a large following and talks to people. Right. He has said himself many times that he was born out of the Rush Limbaugh era. And I mean, saying that not to say that he peddled in white supremacy, to say that he did not, sort of pander to and be a violence glorifier.
Yes.
I mean, or a history denier or a democracy sort of demagogue. I mean, that is who this man is. And to not tell the truth about who he is irresponsible.
It's irresponsible. And at the same time, we didn't want him to die.
Right.
At the same time, we're not condoning his death. At the same,
so two things
we could tell the truth at the same time, not celebrate his death. I don't know what's so hard about that. I don't know what's so hard. It seems to be hard.
And we used to live in a media cycle where journalists were able to do that without fear for losing their jobs, right? And now I think we're in an even crazier place because people refuse. Once we get to the place to where people are so afraid to tell the truth that they may lose their livelihood, the next thing is that people will be too afraid to tell the truth that they may lose their lives, right?
Correct.
Like
that
we
part.
have we need to go back and actually study history on how cycles of fear and inaction get to this point and get to the points to where we've been before and we should hope to never get again.
All right. So Charlie Kirk was shot yesterday at an event in Utah on a campus with college students. The person who shot him is still on the loose. As I mentioned,
Dude look like Jake from B613 to me. I mean, like when they first said it was Grandpa, I was like, oh, nah, bro.
No
that
way.
ain't who that is.
Yeah,
ain't no way. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Immediately, we all knew that. There's $100,000 reward out. The FBI released an image of who they think it is. This kid in a baseball cap with a T-shirt who blended in to the campus.
And who probably doesn't look anything like that picture right now, right?
Correct.
Like this does not look like what took place does not look or sound like someone who is going to still be walking around looking the same way that they're looking right now in that picture, in that closed circuit video.
It looked very organized.
Yeah. And listen, I mean, the thing that I think that we have to consider here too is that when you start to look at bringing these really fringe people into and giving them legitimate platforms and legitimizing these fringe people, fringe followers, those types of cultish like followers, they eat their own. Right. So like if you say one thing that's off to the side of what they believe, or if they feel like that, oh, you're more valuable to us dead than alive, or we can leverage this. Like, this is not, I don't think that we have to, I think that we're beyond the place where everyone is either right or left, black or white, right?
Correct.
Like there's a whole subset of these subcultures who now have seen what power looks like. They've been invited into places that they never should have been invited into. They've got credibility that they've never should have had. They've got access and visibility that they have not earned, that they don't have the credibility or the credentials to be there. And now those people are thinking, maybe these people that are at the center of this, maybe it's time for them to go and me to get my shot or my turn, right? Mm-hmm. And so I don't want us to just automatically assume that, oh, this is something that happened from the left, right? Like the lefties don't kill people.
Even if it is, right? This is not what this is. So again, media, do your job. Like really, to your point, it's Thrive Thursday. Charlie Kirk, 31 years old, was shot and killed yesterday in Utah. He dropped out of college, barely made it into college. Harper College is where he dropped out. Founded something called Turning Point USA. And according to Forbes magazine and AP review of his finances showed that organization raised $92 million a year. $92 million a year. His salary went from $27,000 to $407,000, but he also had 3 homes, $4.75 million estate in Phoenix, near Phoenix, with desert views. He had an apartment and a beach house, a beachside condominium in Florida. He also the contribution started doubling after Trump's first election, reaching $79.2 million in 2022, according to public tax filings. So this, to your point, Drew, there's a lot of money funneled into this young man's existence, and it's hard. And this is where, as a society, we're gonna have to have this conversation, because there are people who are influencers that don't have, to your point, the morality, the knowledge, the background, the work ethic, or anything to even sit in that seat. They just have an opinion. It's not rooted in anything factual. They're going to rattle off numbers that make people feel good, because if you're already leaning towards being a racist, welcome, okay?
Yeah.
But the problem with that is, who's turning down the money? What young person is going to say, no, don't cut that check for millions of dollars. Oh, this is how we make millions of dollars? It's like telling a kid in the neighborhood, yeah, here's some crack, go sell it, here's the money. And they're not going to be like, oh, but I'm ruining my neighborhood. They're saying, I need to make money. And if this is how, if you're stupid enough to take the crack, I'm going to do it. But there has to be, at some point, who's bringing the crack in? Who's selling this? Who's peddling this, and why? And that has to be the question. That last one, and why, has to be the question we all ponder. Why is this well-funded?
Right.
What's the goal? What's the end game here? And if it's division, well, they've accomplished that.
So is what's next is what we should be thinking.
What's next?
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back, and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will